Hello there, I'm Mouldy, and we all know LEGO have a history of forgetting popular characters when making sets. There's only so many they can make, and even fewer minifigures if they keep releasing Din Djarin in every other set. One of the most painful examples of this is Galen Erso from Rogue One. We almost have every other significant minifigure we could ask for besides Galen Erso. So who knows, maybe the next visual dictionary might come with a Galen minifigure. But the focus of today's video is actually on the Mandalorian, the popular Disney Plus show, arguably one of the most popular Star Wars things since, I don't know, the prequels. Can we count the sequels? They were pretty popular. But it started this new era of Star Wars known to us fans as the Mandoverse. And there's one Mandalorian specifically that I think it was a little disappointing we didn't get in LEGO, if I'm honest. We got loads. We have over a dozen minifigures, over a baker's dozen of Mandalorian minifigures. And before we get into the one that I really hoped LEGO would make, I've got another two that I've spent all day painting, decaling, and printing to show you first. And the first minifigure we're going to start off with is Axe Woves. You may remember I've done a video making Axe Woves before. That was based off the minifigure from the Battle Pack, and you can see now side by side that they look very, very similar, but there's some recolors which were definitely needed to distinguish Axe from the common Mandalorian. I'm not quite sure if these Battle Pack Mandalorians were actually seen anywhere in the show. Again, like I keep saying, I'm going to have to rewatch The Mandalorian and try and point out both of these, but Axe Woves specifically has some big differences, and also some dual painted and, well, actually it's half molded, half painted arms and legs. You can see I've given him the dark bluish grey trousers with the black boots that we do see Axe wearing in the show. And that's continued on the printing in front with the bright blue knee pad and then some black armor just above that. Taking a look at the arms, I haven't done anything special. There was no printing needed on any of these Mandalorian minifigures, which is definitely a change from my other custom figures. But the torso, front and back is the same as the Battle Pack one, just recolored to fit Axe Woves. Now the big difference here is the helmet, which is a Din Djarin Mandalorian helmet that I have repainted to match Axe Woves. We have so many Din Djarin minifigures, I'm not going to miss one helmet. And what I specifically liked about Axe Woves is the little bit of blue at the front. I tried going a bit further and making that a little bigger up to the visor. It doesn't look as good. The hardest part was making that stripe that goes all the way around and taking note of the other silver bits on the back of the helmet, which I mainly got off pictures of the Hasbro replica helmet. It wouldn't be much of a video if we just did one Mandalorian, which is why Axe Woves is actually here. And whilst I was doing Axe, I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to do Bo-Katan's other right hand or left hand Mandalorian, Cosca Reeves. All of these have helmets on, and I quite like that about the Mandalorians, though it's nice for Bo-Katan, for Din Djarin, and other Mandalorians that do have their helmet removed, they come with a printed face. But we've all seen the custom face prints, and honestly, it's not that difficult. The helmet is where the difficulty lies. This helmet specifically is a Sabine Wren helmet. You'll know I also have like 3/4 of that minifigure, so I'm not going to miss this helmet. I painted over blue. This is blue 360, as that's pretty much all the helmet is. And we've also got the viewfinders in both of these. But I really like the fact I didn't have to worry about painting the visor on over the top, though there is a trick that we'll come to in our third minifigure. Much like Axe Woves, we've got the dual arms and dual legs, and we've also used that front printing to print on, or paint in this case, the brown boots that Cosca Reeves wears. You'll notice differently to the Axe Woves minifigure, there is a slight variation to the other Mandalorian that we saw in the Battle Pack, because the front armor, back armor again is the exact same, just a recolor for Cosca Reeves. By the way, all of these decals are available in really, really high quality over on the Discord for channel members. So if you would like to make these yourself, I just print them on decal paper you can pick up on Amazon. Definitely consider becoming a member. But on the Battle Pack Mandalorian, there's a little bit of armor either side of the legs, because the female Mandalorian warriors tend to have their armor plates out to the side rather than in front like we see on Axe Woves. Whereas Cosca Reeves does not have this armor, decal, or printing of any kind, not even a little bit of paint to signify there was something there. And that is because that enables us to bend Cosca Reeves' leg just like so. I haven't bent this before, so it's actually quite a bit difficult without ruining any of the decals, any of the sticker, and then to reshape it back straight up, which is going to come handy, I believe, when we're making a mock, as Cosca Reeves tends to be on Mandalore flying through the air, so we don't want just straight legs. Now, the final Mandalorian for this video is the one that this video is all about, the Mandalorian that LEGO completely forgot. And there are so many different play sets and other sets like dioramas that they could have included them in, but I feel like with as many Mandalorian sets as we got, a lot of them were centered around the Mandalorian and Grogu themselves, which definitely is something I hope to see different and continuing from the latest wave of Mandalorian sets. The Mandalorian in question is Ragnar Vizsla. There is so much new about this minifigure. I'm so excited to go into it. But first off, let's look at the usual, the torso, front and back. I'm actually going to remove the helmet for now so you don't get that spoiled. Front of it and the back is completely new design. I didn't find any minifigures that could be used as a basis for this, so I've made it more accurate to the character, including those double belt straps that go over the belt that goes around the full minifigure. Speaking of, I would have loved to have printed this minifigure in a navy or even just a dark color that isn't black. But because of my limited filament, I had to go with black, and I've added dark blue to my wish list. Speaking of color changes as well, we've got that upper tan arm with the lower brown. Again, not a piece you'd find on Bricklink or on most, even LEGO custom sites. So that's where paint really comes in handy. And we'll start off with the legs before I bring the helmet back on. Small legs, short legs, nothing new that we haven't seen from LEGO. Besides the fact that these legs turn and they don't have the full movement of the LEGO minifigure legs because they are short, so the foot does get in the way. But you can separate these legs by 90 degrees if you push one back and one forward to simulate the character running, as we see, away from the giant beast in the Mandalorian series. And now for the cherry on top. Honestly, this is a cherry on top. The helmet. The paintwork might not be the best, especially when compared to the other two. I'm not sure what it is about it, but I do like the lighter blue at the bottom. But if I turn Ragnar Vizsla around, you'll see there's a brown strap and not the rest of the Mandalorian helmet. Ragnar does have black hair, and this half of the headpiece I've actually taken from Ninjago. You see, what I've done here is taken the front of a Mandalorian helmet, the back half from one of the Ninjago masks, and this whole technique is inspired by a Ninjago element. Last year, chances are you probably saw one of my mini magazine videos, and LEGO do have magazines for a load of themes, including LEGO Star Wars. But another theme that I'm really into, especially as a Star Wars minifigure custom creator, is Ninjago, which I got this werewolf masked character, and on the back you can see it is just a mask tied around a blue-haired character. I don't know the exact lore description of this minifigure, but I thought that would be cool to get a similar thing for Ragnar Vizsla. Before I wrap up this video, let me know your favorite down in the comments, and also please do let me know if there are any other Mandalorians I have forgot to make. I know there's a load of unnamed ones, but if you can think of any important enough to have their own video, let me know in your comment. These custom minifigures are the first of many LEGO Star Wars customs that I aim to make in 2025. I'd also like to do a few other alien species that LEGO haven't given us, and I think it'd be really interesting at some point down the line to try and create all of the custom minifigures from LEGO Star Wars games that LEGO themselves haven't released in sets. Be sure to hit subscribe if you would like to join me on the journey, and drop a like if you'd like to see more videos like this. These minifigures will be featured in a mock that I'm building live on the channel Saturday, 7 PM UK time, and you can catch me live at 7 PM nearly every Saturday this year. Stay tuned for more custom minifigures, mock building, and minifigure scale talks throughout 2025, and may the bricks be with you always.